Relief organization Gift of the Givers will depart for the Philippines to assist with rescue and relief operations. Rescue workers are still battling to reach victims of Typhoon Haiyan who are in desperate need of aid. Relief supplies are piling up at airports on the island nation, but distribution has been hampered by the damage of the superstorm. Joining us on the line now is Gift of the Givers Director Imtiaz Suleiman. Imtiaz, thank you for joining us on Morning News today. Your mission will be leaving tonight. What are you carrying?
Well, first of all, we're carrying personnel, 20 trained personnel, rescue personnel, of which 3 are medical. An emergency doctor, a pediatrician, and a trauma nurse. They will be carrying a whole range of medical supplies and high-energy protein supplements. The supplies are general medicines, normal delivery packs to deliver babies. As I said, in this week, they're expecting 12,000 women to deliver babies in this week alone. There's also wound dressings and other similar items for minor care. Before this team gets there, 2 of my members are already on the way. They'll be arriving there in a few hours. One is flying in from Ireland, and the other one from Denmark. One is a general surgeon, the other is an emergency medicine specialist who works at Joburg General. They, together with the medical team, will then assess the second phase. With the 3-member medical team, they will assess what kind of facilities are available, what kind of medical skills are required, and we then have another 40-member medical team on standby to fly out on Monday.
Now, Imtiaz, we're hearing that distribution is a problem. Getting to the affected areas is a problem. How are you planning to bypass that, or how are you going to be dealing with that?
Yes, that's one of the reasons we've held the teams back. We made arrangements with the Coast Guard. The Admiral of the Coast Guard has promised us that either by Friday or Saturday, a vessel would come in. He would dedicate that vessel to us. He said, since we have a big team, we have specialist people, and also we will be purchasing a lot of supplies inside Manila. As we mentioned earlier in the news broadcast earlier, we had released 2 million rand from our emergency funds. So that money will be used to purchase supplies in Manila. So because of that courtesy, they said they will give us a ship. We're just not sure whether it's coming in on Friday or Saturday, and that ship will then be used to move to different areas, except that it takes long. We said it takes sometimes 1 day, 2 days, or even 3 days by boat on the water to get to the different areas. And then that will sort of be our warehouse on the water, and from there we could distribute to the areas.
How long are you planning to be in the Philippines?
Well, I normally send teams for 7 to 10 days, but if the guys feel they're making progress and they don't have commitments to come back, we can stay longer. That's the first team. And when the second team comes, of course, they will overlap. So collectively, they may be there all together for 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, you did say that your first mission will be carrying the medical personnel and the medical supplies. What else are they desperately in need of at the moment? I know that you have been running a drive here in South Africa. So what else can South Africans contribute?
The priority, we look at, the people look at immediate need. Yes, everybody has seen the pictures. Women, children, men, all hungry. So food, bottled water is an absolute priority. We may have to look at water purification tablets also because of the danger of disease and diarrhea and infection, and of course medical supplies aligned to that. Some people in South Africa could donate cash because they can't donate medicines. Cash should be used to purchase that, but any type of food items, bottled water, or even clothing and blankets. We are talking about acute phase, but when the acute phase is over, these people have really nowhere to go to. I mean, they've lost everything. I mean, it's going to take them years to rebuild. They have to rebuild that whole country in areas that have been, been affected. So any kind of things we can give them. A simple thing like a towel, disposable nappies, sanitary pads, a blanket, linen, pots. They would have nothing of those items. But all that stuff will go by ship from South Africa. I mean, we can't send all that now. Now it's food, water, and medical care. Sort the emergency problem out, and then the other stuff can follow afterwards.
Now, Imtiaz, you've obviously been in contact with other organizations who are already in the Philippines. You have 2 of your own people who are going to be there shortly. Do you know about illness? I mean, that was one of the major concerns. Do we know just what types of illnesses, if any, have already been spreading?
Well, they talk about cholera, but they mention it's a possibility. But again, because of not getting access to the areas, people are not absolutely sure what kind of disease patterns are taking place. And also, they're not sure how many people have started drinking water that's infected. So at this moment of time, there would probably be some kind of disease, that's for sure. Because after 3 or 4 days in the heat, mothers when kids are crying and children are crying and they're desperate, they just take any water. You can give all the medical rules in the world, but under desperation, you can't stop a mother trying to feed a child, a water which is infected. And that's when the chaos is going to start. And the sooner they get in, for prevention and pure water, the more disease we can prevent, but it is going to happen.
Right, well, thank you very much. Great work as usual and good luck. That was Gift of the Givers Director Imtiaz Sooliman on their mission to the Philippines.